Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the number one way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.
Welcome to the world of Saluna.
Queers and Spears is a mature TTRPG experience made for adults by adults. Some themes may not be for all viewers. Content warnings will be listed in the written episode description. Episode 11, Daunting. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It Goes On, by Robert Frost.
Previously on Defiance, the group of us found ourselves inside of the home of Lord Altimere, the vampire we've been hunting. We broke into 3 groups to explore more of the place faster. Misery and Zion went to the living room to see if he was home recently. Maven and Therion went down one hall and Max and I went down the other. I told Max that we shouldn't split up, but no, we should try and explore 2 different rooms at the same time. Naturally, I got the short end of the stick and got sucked into some nega-mirror world with this giant dolly trying to make me into one of her toys. Seemed real worried about not getting me to her daddy, but I managed to bust out of there with Max's help. We caught up with Maven and Therion in the library, and Misery and Zion quickly joined us after. We didn't find much in the library, and now we're continuing our search upstairs.
You all are in the library and have been searching for things in regards to Lord Altimere and perhaps information that could help you against him battle. But nothing really has been popping out to you, except Iris. Could you roll me an investigation check?
Investigation, you said?
Yes.
Nat 1.
Describe to me what it looks like, what this Nat 1 looks like as you're investigating.
Well, what am I investigating?
You are investigating a small nightstand by the door of the library that everybody kind of was pushing off as nothing.
Well, I guess it's nothing. I got Nat 1. It's a nightstand. I think it's made out of wood. It might have a drawer, or it might just have a knob in the middle of it.
You do see that it does have a drawer. It has a knob in the middle of it. It does. What is your strength score?
Oh no. +2.
Oh, so it's at least a 14. You've moved furniture before. This thing is oddly light. It wiggles with ease in a way that wouldn't be expected of something of the furniture that's been in this room. This room is full of heavy oak furniture, other things like that, but this isn't that. It's light. It's different.
I got all that off a Nat 1.
That's not even the investigation. An investigation wouldn't hide the information of the weight of something, because that's apparent when you touch it. You just didn't find what was going to be given on a certain PC.
So I didn't find what you wanted me to find, but I did discover that it's very light.
It's very light, and it seems to be made of a different type of wood.
She's gonna push it over.
Alright. You push it over, and it flops over. Drawer kind of pops open. The drawer seemed to be kind of a junk drawer. Nothing really in it, but what kind of check do I want for this?
Wherever it is, it's gonna bounce.
It's not investigation. What kind of check would I want for this? You can do one of 2 things in this moment. You can either attempt an Arcana check on your own, or you can give me a Perception check.
Perception. Nat 20!
damn. Yeah, you.
There's 2 rolls of the game. A 1 and a 20.
You as
I'm gonna
you.
suck from here on out.
Oh god! As you kind of like pause as the drawer pops open, you watch a pen kind of like roll and hit a wire that seems to tress across the floor, across the entirety of the room, leading to a pedestal.
Is it a wire that she has to follow, or is it one that she has to pull?
It is a wire, like an electrical wire.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you want to. You can pull it if you want. I don't know what it'll do, but like you can also follow it.
And she's gonna follow it.
Those are 2 very good options, like pull it or follow it. You know. So
she's gonna follow it.
Cool.
But she's also gonna do it like where she's like hunked down next to it and just like kind of crawling along the floor.
Okay. My other 2 friends, can you give me a perception check to see if you notice Iris crawling across the floor along this wire?
That's a 21 for Max.
Jesus. You definitely notice it.
And for Zion, that is a 10.
I'd say that's probably enough to notice it also, because I don't think you're necessarily being stealthy right now, Iris. You're just...
Nah, she's just in the moment.
Yeah, you get up to the pedestal, and it's almost like one of those, like, you know those pedestals that they have in museums that they, like, sit things on and usually have glass cases around them? It's like one of those, but there's nothing on top of it. Like, no glass case and nothing sitting on top of it. But there is an indent in the middle of it.
Iris, what have you found there?
I don't know yet. Where's the wire being plugged into it?
It's plugged into the bottom of it.
It is very dangerous to mess with electrical wiring.
Do be careful, Iris.
I ain't messing with it yet. What do you think was here? Why does this need to be electric?
Do you look at the divot?
Yes.
You see that the divot has... It's not rounded. It is almost shaved to have sides for something to slot into. And there are runic markings on each of the sides. The shape that it sits in, it's not a circular divot, but an octagonal one.
Huh. Max, Zion, any of y'all have an idea what could be put here? This seems important.
Well, I'm not one for the arcane art, but I can always take a look.
I can look as well.
Both of you, Zion, give me a religion check, and Max, give me an arcana check.
That would be a 12 for Zion's religion.
That will be a 17 for Max's arcana.
Zion, what languages do you speak?
It all comes back to the...
I didn't know Dracula was in town.
I was going to say, a bit dramatic.
This is a big decision. Common, Gnomish, Goblin, and Sylvan.
Oh, we speak Sylvan together.
Aw, we can have conversations.
And, okay, so you recognize some of these runes as Sylvan, but some of them you don't recognize. As you are looking at these runes, they are like old Sylvan, like old world Sylvan. And you're looking at this, and the letters you get are O, S, V, R, and the rest of the runes you do not understand. Max, on your 17 Arcana check, this wire that Iris has been following, and now you guys are looking at this pedestal, this wire is not electrical. This wire is funneling magic into this pedestal. What languages do you speak, Max?
Max speaks Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Sylvan.
Okay. You can read some of these runes also. They are in Abyssal. And the letters you get are B, E, and Y. Iris.
Ye.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Thieves' Cant, and Vidalcan.
Dalkin.
Mm-hmm.
How interesting and lucky you are to have the other language that solves this puzzle. You get the letters R, T, and O.
Right.
But there's one letter that none of you understand. It's in A language none of you read. Not even Maven or Therian read this. What do you guys want to do?
I will admit that I can't read. I can't quite make out what is around us, but I can get snippets. What about you all?
Well, this one's an R, and this one's a T, and that's an O. That's all I got.
On my calculations, I have E-E-Y.
E-B-Y. I have O, S, V, and R. What does that mean?
Well, according to one possible solution from all of the letters, observatory.
Max.
What's that?
Oh,
When you say the word observatory, the divot in the pedestal starts to glow. Iris.
I did not need to activate it.
You start feeling a burning
it's okay,
in your
Mac.
back pocket
Fuck does Iris have in her back pocket?
as
Is it my lint? Are you destroying my lint?
no, you reach back and from out of your back pocket you pull the octagonal spheric object you grabbed from Lord Altimere's locked drawer back, Killian, and it is glowing blue. It has the same exact runes in the same exact order as this divot.
Guys, I'll be honest. I forgot I had this.
Well, it's good you have it now.
I take a lot of stuff. I kind of forget what my hoard is.
Well, between the both of you, I do believe you solved the puzzle. You did good.
What did y'all
Thank
find
you.
over there? You hear Maven.
A thing?
What's a thing?
This thing! And she's gonna slot it in.
Why did you not? And you just hear a loud click and the sound of something swinging open, where across the room a bookshelf has swung open to show a gallery of sorts. Do you all, or any of you, go in?
Max immediately casts Bless on everybody.
Okay.
Just
If I cast
straight up.
Blast, do we get... Sorry, go ahead.
It does not stack.
Okay.
Yeah, just a first level Bless on our party members, including Misery. Just want to, after,
The dolly.
losing Iris for half a second, Max is incredibly paranoid with every step forward and is just protecting his friends from here on out.
Okay. That being said, do any of you go in?
Well, who's going to take the first step, or at least look in first?
Not it.
I suppose I can.
I can always look ahead.
I would appreciate that.
As you guys are discussing this, Darian's already in the gallery.
No one should be by themselves.
You just hear him go, shit.
Iris runs in.
Max follows Iris.
You enter and see a room full of paintings. So many paintings. Each with a gentleman with red hair and fangs, with different people who look different, yet all have the same kind of expression on their face. And this man does not change over any copies of the painting. But you see all of the years are marked with a date range of about 20 to 30 years. And you see that they line up in almost chronological order. And the most recent one is of him and the man standing in front of the painting. Therian. I don't understand. I didn't know this. What is this? Maven walks forward. If you notice and look at all of these paintings, they have his eyes X'd out or burned or ruined in some way. I don't think this is just a vampire story. I think there's more magic going on here than we thought. And I think Therian, I'm gonna watch her back. I have a feeling, how long have you and Altimere been involved. And Therian looks at all of you and goes, about 30 years we've been involved about 30 years, and I've known him just over that. And 30 years seems to be when all of these paintings end. He's going to kill me, isn't he? Now, I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but the story seems to tell itself. You are our friend. I'm going to try my hardest to not let that happen. Therian looks at all of you and goes, no, if I can make it to where you all get what you need and can get out of here, and it ends with both of us staying under, leave. Your mission and what you are doing for the world is more important than me dying by the hands of a man I thought I loved. I appreciate you wanting to protect me, Maven, but I am a city knight of Killian, and I will give my life to protect my city.
Therian, no offense, but dude, you gotta like yourself more than that.
I won't be going down alone.
You're not gonna go down at all.
That's the best case scenario. We live in a dangerous world.
I will kill you if you die.
And then she will pickpocket your body. So don't let that happen.
Maybe I already did.
Sometimes it is better to live and see another day, and that is the best way to protect a city, is to be there for a city, not throwing yourself into useless danger for the sake of dying for a cause.
Dying to be noble is not a noble cause at all. Please reconsider.
I do not wish to die. I don't want you all to think that. It's just...
That's what it sounded like.
Invoking its name is putting that on your shoulders. It shouldn't be on the table.
How can we help, Farion?
You are doing more than could be asked. We just have to deal with this monster that I've seemed to allow to fool me. You all found something that opened this door, correct?
Yeah, I stole it.
What was the thing that opened this door?
It's in the pedestal.
Pedestal key sounds like something he would do. Was it a puzzle of some sort, or was it just a key?
Well, first I broke into his locked drawer and I stole the block thing. And then I saw a wire on the floor here that led to the pedestal. And we tried to read it. We could all read just a little bit of it. And Max managed to activate it by saying, what was the word?
Observatory.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
And then the thing I stole started burning real hot. It reminded me that it was there. And I plugged it in.
The word was observatory.
Yeah.
Can you all give me an insight check? Anyone who wants to.
Iris is real bad at insight.
I'll take this step.
15 for Zion.
I was lying, she's not bad at insight.
15 for Zion.
19 for Max.
Ooh, baby.
Does 7.
Max, his face says everything. He is torn up inside, but he's also thinking, perhaps I can find something in here that can help me find it. If they found something hidden, perhaps there's something else hidden. And his eyes are kind of darting around the room at this moment.
Why don't we all look together, Ethereum? We working together as a team, we can find anything. I mean, finding this was collaborative work. Finding anything else can Be more collaborative. Let me help you.
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
Anything, keys, hidden doors.
I think
know.
Max is looking at all the like little small corners and stuff like that. Just I think
Yeah.
not really knowing what to look for, but just looking for anything that might be hidden magically or otherwise.
Iris once again drops to all
Max,
fours and starts
do you
crawling
want
on the floor.
to specifically look for magical things or non-magical things?
I'm gonna go magical, baby.
Okay. So give me an Arcana check, and
The
how
cleric
well
over
this
here
number,
acting like a wizard.
and depending on how well this roll goes, you may get advantage on your investigation check.
That is a 17 Arcana check.
Jesus, you needed exactly a 17.
Sweats.
You can roll this investigation check with advantage.
Investigation with advantage. Okay, investigation with advantage. That is a 19.
With a 19, your cybernetic eye slash and follow any source of magic you can find in this room. Your eyes see that all of the paintings are magic, but they're not magic in the way of a spell was cast on them or they were blessed. This is magic that tethers things together. This is soul binding, and Maven is correct that he, though a vampire, is making himself almost like a lich. But paintings run out of power, and he has to find someone new to hold it. So, with this information, you can almost surmise that when the power weakens from the painting, that is when he takes the life of whoever he is with. You see that the amount of magic on all of the other paintings is the same as the one of Therion at this moment.
So he is definitely in direct danger.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe him to be a lich.
That, or he's doing something kind of like a lich would.
Ah, okay. I'm going to Max is going to kind of look around at all of this, seeing the threads connecting the power sources as they deplete and get weaker in certain areas. And I think he's just going to kind of look at Therion just quizzically, and then all of the other pictures, did they resemble Therion as well?
No. They all have the
people.
same kind of like facial expressions in the painting.
Okay.
But they don't look like Therion.
Okay, so I'm going to look at him, and I'm just going to be like,
Well, this isn't great news. I don't know exactly what is going on behind the scenes or how he is doing this. But there is a connection to these paintings and the people that he dates as the power of the Taranth. You are next on his checklist.
So, I was right to presume what I said. Well, then we just have to make sure that he dies before I do. After you all get your answers.
Answers, I feel like, come with the adventure and come with the continuous thirst for knowledge. We will always get answers. But safety is most important here.
Yes, it is. I never thought it'd come to this. He seems so sweet and caring. But again, they always do. The most dangerous ones always have words mixed with honey. But I guess we can move forward from here. What was the word was observatory, right?
That is correct.
Perhaps we could check out his observatory. I think he might have one on the second floor of his home.
This isn't the observatory?
This just seemed...
What's an observatory?
It is a place of viewing, mostly to view the stars and the night sky, but also to observe many other things, such as landscape, or farms, or people.
He calls his observatory an observatory, but it is actually more of a laboratory. No, laboratory,
Bathroom?
not lavatory. A lab.
Ah. Okay.
He's told me about it, but I've never seen it. Because I've never been here. This is weird. But I believe, if I remember correctly, he said it is on the second floor.
How many floors does this
Two.
place have?
I don't think he said it had more than two. But again, I've never been here, so I don't know. He could be.
He could be lying.
He's lied about a lot of other things. But it doesn't hurt to check. There's nothing really left to check on the first floor unless you two found something. Or Zion, you and Misery found something.
Indeed.
You found something? What did you...
We found a note. A letter, really. It read, "Monster attack."
Interesting.
I believe it's pertaining to him, but I have no proof.
Interesting. Iris. As you are all talking,
Yeah.
your eyes go to the picture prior to the one with Therian in it. And you look at the dates. And they intersect with the range of Therians by about maybe 8 years. And in the picture next to Altimere is a Harengon woman with gray fur and like one kind of like lopped ear, and like a leather jacket and a scar across her face. And she, in the picture, has a different like kind of like gleam in her eye. than the rest of the pictures. But the fact that the dates intersect is weird because none of the other dates prior to that intersect. You almost... Knowing what this is after Max explained it, what does Iris feel seeing like someone that looks like could possibly be her in one of these pictures?
She feels very confused, a little grossed out. Takes a brief moment to wonder if she's related to this person.
Aaron don't do be fucking.
Mm-hmm.
They be doing. And they've been
She
doing.
does have 20 siblings.
Possibly, could be a cousin. Who knows?
She's gonna look over at Therion. Hey, Therion. Do you know her?
She does look familiar. You see, he kind of studies the picture a little bit, and he goes, yes, that is a friend of his that I met a while ago. If I'm remembering correctly, and he's gonna roll a history check to see if he can remember her name. And on an 18, he looks at you and he goes, I believe her name was Magdalena? But she stopped coming around one day. Well, now I know why.
It also seems like you were the other person.
Which does not make
for a couple of years.
me feel any better, but thank you. Yes.
I'm just pointing out facts.
Well, perhaps we should go find the observatory. Kind of sick to my stomach looking at all these pictures. And he begins to walk out.
Well, friends, anything else to look at before we continue forward?
They're the only ones who overleapt.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, isn't it?
It is strange, but would you not also overreact if your life was tethered to a painting magically?
I mean, I would. I'm just...
No, it's totally overdramatic, but it's still at least partially worth it.
No, it's not that I think it... I don't think it's being overdramatic. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think it's weird that everyone else had an end date before the next one started. But Therion was with Altimere for 8 years while he was still with her.
Now that I think about it, that is a little weird.
That is strange.
I don't know what it means, but it's weird. Why overlap now? Or
Maybe
Maybe the pattern is changing. I'm sorry, Max. Go
the
on.
truth isn't 100% out.
Seems like the asshole has a lot to answer to.
And we can get those answers in a calm, orderly fashion. No need to incite violence first. And looking at you, Maven.
We just need to talk. That's it.
You see Maven's like kind of like putting the steak that she had back in her bag of holding. It's not violence first. I know what you're talking about. I don't appreciate these accusations. Yeah, I was gonna fight him.
Violence after.
Okay. You know, it's your first mission. I'll let y'all run it how you want to do it. It's not how Maven wants to do it all the time.
It's better to work with as much intel as we possibly have, and can possibly get, before moving forward. Violence is necessary, and not always needed. Zion, do you think you could get out of him?
I'm sorry, Max. What was
Do you
that?
think you can get the truth out of him?
I can certainly try.
I feel like you are better suited
Whatever I
for
need
it.
to do. I will try first, and then we will try different measures. I just want to have a conversation. Nothing more than that.
Iris slowly puts back her dagger that was imbued with the power of the sun.
Max is keeping both eyes on Maven and Iris.
Zion's
That
visibly
was said
nervous.
out loud. Max is keeping both eyes on Maven and Iris.
Also, when isn't
So one eye on one.
Zion visibly nervous?
When he's not.
We haven't seen that yet.
Which is one.
It's just a nervous child,
When he's
a
sleeping.
mother warforged, and two rabid dogs on barely hanging on leashes.
Yeah, I think at this point, if there's nothing else you guys want to do, you guys head out and head upstairs.
I'm comfortable with that.
And with a little bit of searching, you find a door with the same kind of runes on it. But this one doesn't have like anything to like place into or whatnot. And you see Therian just goes, observatory. And the runes glow and spin. And you hear all of the mechanisms unlocking. And the door opens. And standing in front of you at the other side of the room is a man standing about 5'11", with partially gelled and coiffed red hair, pointed ears with piercings in them, fanged teeth, a curled red mustache that matches his hair, and a tiny goatee, who stares at you through tiny sunglass-like spectacles with red eyes as he goes, welcome. You finally made it. Took you long enough to find where I was. So what is it you're going to do?
Whatever is necessary.
We're going to figure out what is going on. and we are going to stop it.
And what is this it you are stopping?
You.
What have I done? Besides, live in my observatory and work and behave.
Have you behaved?
I'd say I have. But I'm sure you would say otherwise. How do I explain it to all of you? You don't understand what is happening. It needs to happen. I apologize for the lives that your rebellion lost. But these things are all put in place so that we can make things better. The Council of...
Better for who?
Nah, I don't like the sound of that.
Pain, death, destruction. Who does that make it better for? You say everybody, but does it really?
And what exactly are you doing to bring the betterment of the world?
You see, every action serves a purpose. And that purpose has a function in this world. And you see, we need to feed in to the functions and understand why we act the way we do. And perhaps we can find a way to rid the world of all the bad things. And maybe, just maybe, have a little fun along the way. And you see his eyes glow red. And he goes, "Darian, darling, why don't you come here?"
You leave him alone.
Girls, don't say that.
On a natural 2, he starts walking forward.
Farion, no.
Iris is gonna slap Therion.
You see he takes the slap and doesn't react. His head moves and goes back, but doesn't look at you and continues to walk forward.
Farion, listen. I am commanding you. Listen.
Are you casting command right now?
Perhaps. So I would like to... Wait, do I have command?
You used command last time.
I do. I'm using command.
Okay. What save is that?
So, I would like command... Let me look. Shall we?
Is it wisdom?
Okay, that is wisdom 15.
Okay. On a natural 1, he stops
Thank God.
and is listening.
Thank you. Farion, listen to me. Though we have not known each other long, we have your best interests at heart. Don't listen to him. Not any longer. Come to us and we will protect you. But you have to come back. Now, please.
You hear the beginning of words leaving his mouth as he tries to speak.
Farion, I know that you care for him.
After listening and following the command, he begins walking again. No,
To me? To us?
to Altimere.
Farion, please. Don't do
How
this.
far away is he at this point?
Iris grabs onto the back of his shirt or his armor and just starts trying to tug him backwards.
He's about, I want to say he's about maybe 20 feet away now.
Would you allow me? 20 feet is exactly my movement. Can I get to him so that I could touch him to cast protection from evil and good?
You can try.
What do I need to do?
First, I want to deal with Iris pulling him.
Go for it.
It's going to be an opposed strength check. Or opposed athletics.
Oh boy.
You have to beat a 12.
I have a +5 to athletics, so here we go. That's a 15 + 5.
With a 20.
So a dirty 20.
You are able not to pull him back, but have enough force to stop him from moving forward for a little bit of time with the way that you have grabbed him, giving Max the chance to come up and attempt this. You walk up, place a hand on Therian, and cast protection from good and evil. And you hear Altimere. Can you actually give me the wording of protection of good and from good and evil?
I can, you devious little man. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creature of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect.
That's useful. But not for this. This is not a possession. This is not a charm. Altimere has fed on Therian for close to 30 years at this point. Arguably, Therian has ingested his blood. Due to that connection, he can place commands on him without the need of a charm and without the need of possession. And with that will protect him from anything having to do with the paintings, though. So it is good to have that on him.
I
But
think I still will
Altimere
cast it.
looks at you and goes, oh, you're all trying so hard to save somebody from something that's inevitable. You all try so hard to be heroes in a world that doesn't need heroes anymore.
And the world needs what? You.
The world doesn't need any of this. But doing certain things can fulfill a deal that I have. And
With who?
oh, poor little Zion, wouldn't you love to know the answer to that question?
I would. That is why I am asking, Lord Altimere. If you're planning on killing us, what is the harm in telling us?
There are higher powers that I do not have control over, and I have signed away my right to speak of this. But
That is not the only thing you have signed away. Have you no soul? No sense of right and wrong?
I'm not sure you understand what is happening. The world is changing. It's a good thing. There will be no need to fear anymore. No need to have rebellions. We could have utopia.
We don't want utopia. We do not want perfection.
Taking away people's choices is not a utopia, it is a dystopia. Everyone has a right to choose their path in their life, and no one gave you the right to make decisions for anybody else.
Yes. I agree. Unfortunately, it's not me making these decisions. Again, I said there's higher power in play.
And who is?
You'll meet them soon enough. I'm sure they'll want to have a talk with you. Make you wake up in a sweat again. Cause nightmares. And Zion,
Altimere.
I'd love to know the names on the list. If you'd be so kind.
Would you? Are you sure?
Oh, sorry. Zion signed away his rights to speak about it.
No. Iris, I have this. It's okay. You want to know the names of the ones you must stop?
Yes.
Is that true? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Looking Altimere right in the face. Zion, Max, Misery, and Iris. Stop us.
You're all possibly the benefactors. That's the list you're going to give.
That is the only list I have.
Well, I don't think Tonti will be very happy with that answer. I'll have to let them know. But first, I can't really let you all leave here. So I guess if this is what you all want, you're not going to really get much out of me. At this point, Maven steps up and just chuckles and goes, I'd hate to let you feel this, but perhaps you need a little bit of misery in your life. And with that, Therian is going to expend a superiority die and direct Misery to take a shot at Lord Altimere. Misery, you've been sneaking around in this little room to get a spot. Where are you at this moment? You're in a 2-level observatory with a higher level where you are able to get, because they were distracting him.
Well, yes, then I'm clearly on the 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably behind, like, a desk that I can use for cover. Give me a sec. So, because this is a surprise round,
Yep.
and I'm going first, I get advantage on this attack roll.
It does.
Does a 25 hit? Then we got this. And I believe these.
Oh God.
A couple of these. Some of these. Sprinkling a little bit of this.
God.
No, it's just 19 damage. Oh, wait.
Okay.
29
Cool.
damage.
Awesome. 29 damage. That is fine.
I can attack again if that wasn't good enough.
Well, this was it was a surprise round, but it was also you were being directed by Commander's Strike from Therian. So it's you only get one attack. From that, and you, I need everybody to roll initiative. And that is where we are going to end our episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for episode 11 of Campaign 2 Defiance here on Queers and Spears. We adore all of you. We have some exciting news on December 8th. You guys would all know if you're listeners and follow our socials. We are starting the releases of our series Breaking the Scales, where we have 5 special guests, 1 DM, 14 episodes, a prologue and epilogue, and 12 God Killer episodes. We are also excited to announce that we are officially affiliated with Eldritch Foundry, where you guys can go and make minis on your characters and buy them. Use our link that's in our link tree in order to help us here at Queers and Spears, but also by using Eldritch Foundry and using our link and the affiliate program, it also helps their site to build on and be able to offer more options when building minis. Right now they have a BOGO sale going on, so take advantage of that, guys. It's pretty nice. And keep an eye out, because I may be doing some small little interview lives on Twitch, talking to my players while making their characters on Eldritch Foundry, so we can have pictures of what their minis would look like. And we will see you guys next week for episode 12 of Defiance, the end of the first arc, and the last episode before our winter break. Thank you so much for listening to the latest episode of Queers and Spears Campaign 2 Defiance. Your support and feedback mean the world to us, and we love you all so much. Don't forget to rate, comment, or leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast, and you may get the chance to receive a shout out on a later episode. Follow us at Queers and Spears on most social media, except for Instagram, where you can find us at Queers and Spears. We can't wait to have you all back for future episodes, which air every Friday at 12:30 p.m. EST. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bitch.
Hey, who was that?